Good day, good day. It's Wednesday already, and I'm so excited to be back on with you and just sharing you some positivity, some motivation to finish off your week. Wednesday can be a really hard day for so many of us, right? Like it's midweek, you're in the thick of running around and getting life done, and you could be overwhelmed with the fact that you still have a couple more days before the weekend, or just that, so many things are coming your way and it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I totally get that. And in the quietness of my morning, I was thinking of you all. And I've heard from some of you I have not heard from, and that's okay. But those of you who have reached out and told me that you appreciate these videos, thank you for that. It's nice to know that they're helping, and it helps me connect with how I want to lead or what I want to say in my next video. So if there's anything on your mind, I would encourage you to reach out. But I had some great conversations with a few of you over the last few days that kind of made me think. We talked about optimizing joy in our life, or bringing joy into our life and cultivating it, I guess is the right word. And I know that when you signed up for this 90-day challenge, Stronger Finish Challenge, you were hoping to get some tips or maybe some tricks on how to maybe lose weight. I'd love to ask and have a show of hands of how many of you would like to be at this point in today 10 pounds lighter. My guess is probably every one of you would raise your hand. How do you get to a place where you are right now, how you are, and love that? Honestly, guys, I've been doing this for a number of years, and I talk to hundreds of people all the time. There is no secret. The secret is, first, you have to admit where you're at. Know that, okay, yeah, I'm doing some things that aren't serving me, like not preparing meals or not putting myself on the map, not even doing any kind of movement to make me feel better, or I'm watching too much television, or I'm wasting time on Facebook, or, I'm working too many hours and I'm saying yes to too many things. Knowing that that's where you're at and what you're up against, and saying it out loud and admitting it to yourself really brings power to your situation. Ignoring it, not really diving into it, not thinking about it, like I said, ignoring it doesn't help you any. So the first thing to optimizing your health, and that's ideally what I want for you, your health and your life, is to admit where you are today and why you're feeling so broken. Why is it that you want to fix yourself so bad? I know for me, my biggest thing, and I've said it to you before, is that I felt like such a failure in life. When I failed grade 3, that imprinted on my brain, and it was something that just kind of woven its way through everything that I did. I never was good enough to myself. I didn't love myself enough to be like, you know what? It's okay. You're really good at this, so let that go. See, here's the thing. You don't have to be perfect at everything that you have going on in your life. You don't. God didn't make you so that you were 100% perfect at everything. Some things you can work on, and some things you have to work a little harder than others, and it's okay. But if you don't start at a place where that's okay for you, then it's like you're climbing up a hill in molasses, right? It's the starting point that you have to just admit where you are right now, what the challenges are that are in front of you, and then don't feel that you have to attack every single one of those to work on your health. Start small. Start with the biggest mover first. If it's just getting you moving, that'll make you feel better. And that's generally the one that I find with all of the clients that I work with on a daily basis. I don't necessarily work on their food at first, because I find once they can get the habit of coming to the gym and working out, they don't want to bust their butts so hard for 30 minutes and then go and eat that cheeseburger. They start to question, like, holy, I just worked so hard. Why would I do that to myself anymore? And like I've said before, it's not that you don't know what to do. In a world with all of the information that we have on the World Wide Web, if you don't know what it is that you should be eating It's a sign of it just, it's plain ignorance, right? We can type it in. What should I eat to be healthy? I bet you if you type that in, you're going to get a plethora of things. But you know that your chips or your fast food or your processed foods are not going to serve you as well as fresh fruits and vegetables and protein. But why do we keep going back to the easy and the convenient? How's that funnel working for you, right? Do you have that word of it's got to pass through the funnel? Maybe for the next little bit, for the last few weeks of our 90-day challenge, the funnel needs to be fitness or the funnel needs to be health. And you make sure that whatever you take on or whatever you take away passes through that funnel of health. So if it's when you go to the grocery store, are you putting processed crackers and chips and things that are just going to be around? Maybe they're for your kids and I get it, but maybe you're not in a place where you can have them in your home right now. Why buy them? Or if you can, could you buy ones with, a little less sugar? Sugar is the ultimate killer, right? It's the thing that's bringing you down, the sugar. We want stuff with higher fiber. Don't stress about the carbohydrates too much. Worry more about the sugar. I just wanted to give you some encouragement that sometimes our excuses can be really, really strong. And we can convince ourselves that you were born this way, right? Like the rest of your family looks like this and eats like this. Therefore, why do I think I can? You can. You were made for more. And it is my job and my purpose, my reason for being put on this earth is to show you how important you are, that your health comes first. Because once you start feeling good within your skin, you start radiating from the inside out. You have more energy to put into the things that you want to do. You are happier. People notice it. You feel stronger. You stand taller. All of the decisions that you make about the activities, the food, the restaurants, everything you do, start to marry the fact that your health now comes first. It starts to align. If you start to envision yourself as that healthy person, then you are going to take the steps needed to become what you can see. Picture yourself with that 20 pounds off. Picture yourself being able to move more. Picture yourself feeling vibrant and happy and alive. And once you have that clear vision of what it is that that person looks like and feels like, the things, the actionable steps that you have to take on a daily basis, you start to question why you ever did the ones that were not serving you anymore. I believe that we can all have optimal health. I just believe that we need the push, the steps to start to believe that and see that. So for you today, step number 1 is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture what she looks like. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, stronger, whatever it is that you're chasing after for fitness and for health, picture that person right now. Write it down, the things that you picture, the restaurants you go to, the places that you go, the foods you eat, the clothes you're wearing, the things that you do. Have a clear vision of that. And then I want you to reverse engineer. When you go to the grocery store, what things are going to get you closer to that picture and what things are not? You're going to buy those. If there's an activity that can help get you there in movement, that's a little bit more than what I've been asking of you of that 4 minutes a day. Get there, get going. I believe that we can all have joy. I believe that we can all have health, but it takes just being mindful on a daily basis. So I'm grateful that I can come to you a couple of times a week just to keep planting the seeds in your brain so that you can take steps closer. I want you to have the best 2019. I want you to finish 2000 strong so that 2019, you're just going. You're going after those goals. Let's attack it by the end of the week. I know for me, one of my biggest struggles for food going forward is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Those days are a blur. They go so quickly. They're so jam-packed that I struggle. So when I meal prep, and I was telling one of my clients this week, I meal prep for the weekend. I don't meal prep for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So is it your weekends where you feel most derailed? It's definitely good to sit back and relax come Friday. Not because you earned it, but it's good because you need to change pace. you need to have more quiet time, more downtime. But your food needs to match that. When you're doing more, you eat more. When you do less, you eat less. And that doesn't always happen on the weekends. We slow down and we eat more. We reward ourselves for the things that we did during the week, staying on track maybe. But then you end up beating yourself up because you went way off track at the end of the week. And then you vow and start again on Monday. So my challenge to you for optimal health this weekend is to create the vision, is to write it down. And if your weekends are where you're finding yourself derailed the most, it's Wednesday. Can you start to think of meals that you want to have? You may not be able to prep them, but if you can say, I'm going to do pita pizzas on Friday instead of ordering pizzas out, check number one. You have control over your ingredients, control over your food, the grease, all of it. If you can start to plan out what you're going to have on Saturday for lunch and for supper, and you know, most of the time Sunday comes, you're back on track anyway, right? You're feeling so guilty. Maybe it's too much alcohol. And quite frankly, if it is, when you're working out and you're trying to lose weight, if you're drinking too much, you got to burn through the alcohol before you're going to burn through the fat. Like, it's just the bottom line is the way it is. You need to cut it back. So if your thing is that I drink, a case of beer all weekend long, could we cut it back to half a case or 3/4 of a case? Start small. I'm never asking you to give it all up, but I'm just saying it does not match what it is that you want for your health. So there it is, guys. It's Wednesday. That is my that's my 2 cents for you today. Love to hear back from you. Super excited for this weekend and we're getting into December, our last 30 days. I put on a video today for a movement challenge. You don't need any equipment. You need your sneakers. And even that's optional. So I'd love for you to check that out. It's on Instagram. Hit 30kV Fitness is my handle. So I'd love for you to see it there. And again, always feedback. Always love to hear from you. Have a wonderful Wednesday.